And welcome to Starr's Mill High School as we get ready for a big region showdown between the Starr's Mill Panthers and the Griffin Bears from just down the road down in 16 in Griffin, Georgia. And this ought to be a good one. This one has basically settled the region for the last 3 years. Of course, this is the fourth year of this region alignment. Could very well determine it again, although Starr's Mill took a big setback last week, losing to Jonesboro 21-14. Griffin's been on a roll. James O'Brien, Brooks Austin, my partner, and ought to be hoping for a really good game tonight.
Yeah, we should see two really good football teams tonight. Coach Griffin's squad from Starr's Mill will be a really disciplined attack. Going to see a little bit more of that option like we saw from last week from McIntosh, but a little more in-depth. They're going to primarily run midline option and do a lot of pulling guards, going to try to run it down the throat of Griffin, play controlled clock football, and do that kind of stuff. On the other end, Griffin, totally opposite style of attack when it comes to schematics. They're going to be widespread. They're going to try to throw it all over the ballpark tonight with a lot of weapons on the offensive end, James.
Yeah, that they do. Matter of fact, I think they have, in all of 5A, I believe they have the widest margin of victory through their the first half of the high school football season. So they have been on a bit of a roll, and Starr's Mill coming in here kind of stumbling in. They had a third quarter lead against Jonesboro, let it slip away. They end up losing 21-14. But this one looks to be a big one tonight. You're really going to kind of, I guess, we have assumed these two were the contenders for the top of the region. Riverdale, Jonesboro now have kind of interjected themselves into that conversation. And I guess the real question here is, we'll find out if Starr's Mill is going to be able to keep pace.
Yeah, certainly a really tough region like we talk about all the time with these schools we covered down here on the southwest side of Atlanta. But Starr's Mill, like you mentioned, two really, really good football teams in this region in Griffin and Riverdale. We got a chance to take a look at Riverdale last week. They put up a big 44-22 victory over McIntosh. Certainly in my eyes, James, as we sit here tonight, we're going to take a look at a 5-0 Griffin squad. But if I had to just give you my opinion straight off the top right now, I would have to say Griffin and Riverdale are the two lead contenders to get that top spot out of this region. But Starr's Mill certainly has room to, put their name, put their name in the hat, if you will, with a big victory tonight over Griffin.
Well, if that turns out to be the case, that loss to Jonesboro could really be painful, because right now Jonesboro looks like potentially that third or fourth team in the region play, and we'll find out as this thing unfolds. It's going to be, we talk about it all the time. High school football is a lot like a jigsaw puzzle. You pull all the pieces out on the table week one, and we're just now starting to get that outer frame put together where we've got some context from these early season games.
Yeah, I was about to say, James, when you do puzzles, which I haven't done in a long time. Last puzzle I did, fun fact here, James, was the last time I got put on restriction at the house. Mom and Dad took the TV away. All that was left to do was a 2,000-piece puzzle. So, always got to start with the edges, like you're talking about there, if you're going to put together a puzzle.
Absolutely, a whole lot easier. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with more from Starr's Mill High School and Panther Stadium in just a moment.
Magic Wand Deck Restoration Plus, serving Midwest Georgia, offers deck restoration services plus much more. A 5-star rated company, certified in wood restoration, can restore your deck to its original beauty. Save your wood and save your money. Free consultations and affordable maintenance plans available. Call Shane today at 770-616-1787 or visit them online at magicwanddeckrestoration.net.
Are you looking for fresh seafood or maybe the world's best chili dog? Then you got to check out the Half Shell right here in Noonan, Georgia. Fresh Gulf oysters, raw baked or fried, and these guys take hot dogs to another level. With great hand-breaded onion rings and fried seafood and much, much more. With local live music on Tuesdays and Thursday nights, drink and appetizer specials, free Texas Hold'em on Wednesdays and Saturday nights, there's always something going on at the Half Shell. Check them out at theworldsbestchilidog.com or on Facebook, the Half Shell Oyster Bar and Hot Dog Shop.
Since 1981, Southside Wrecker Service has provided Coweta County and the South Metro area with reliable towing, recovery, and roadside assistance services. Next time you need a tow, call their friendly and professional staff of well-trained operators featuring a fleet of modern equipment for light and heavy-duty towing and equipment transport. Georgia DOT certified, available 24/7. Call them at 770-964-8220 or visit them online at southsiderecords.com. Southside Record Service. We get you there.
We all know nothing goes with sports like hot wings, and nobody does hot wings in Fayette and Coweta County like HJ Wings and Things in Tyrone, Peachtree City, and now brand spanking new location down in Sonoa. Come by and see them for all those hot wings you love, the flavors you want, and all those things that are also wonderful. You name it, they've got it across the board, and they have great facilities and a staff who will take care of you second to none.
It would break your heart to see what we pull out of here every day.
You guys need some help?
No way. Sure. Yeah.
JJ Watt.
What's up, man?
How's it going?
Check it out, man.
Yeah.
What's the dream?
My dream is for people to think twice before they throw something out.
I appreciate you having me out.
You can swing a mean net, man.
For details, contact Wayne Crook at the Wayne Crook Agency. Call 678-202-3375 or stop by 3150 Gulf Ridge Boulevard, Suite 201 today.
As a lifelong Newton Cougar family, the Motlas are proud supporters of high school athletics. Thanks to the Motla family for helping make it possible to view tonight's action. Please don't hesitate to call Van, Jessica, and the Motla Hines team for all your real estate needs. Call them today at 770-376-7778. That's 770-376-7778. From the Motla family to yours, go Cougars.
And welcome back to Starr's Mill High School Panther Stadium as we're about, looks like 6 and almost 7 minutes away from kickoff here. Panthers come into this one looking to defend home field, try and get off to a good, rebound from a loss to Jonesboro. We do have a big one on Stream City Radio for the Fayette County channel down there in Troup County as Sandy Creek goes down there and takes some guys on. Both top 10 teams. You've got 4 teams in the top 10 out of that same region.
Yeesh, that's a tough slate down there. That's quite a haul down there at Troup County.
Yeah, so that one ought to be a fantastic ball game down there. We'll find out. It's one that Sandy Creek controls the all-time series, but Troup has won the last 3 in that one. Then as we go north, East Coweta finally got them a win a couple weeks ago. Found their offense. Not sure where it had been hiding, but they came out in a big way, putting 42 points up on North Cobb. They come back this week. They've already played the number 1 team in the state. They stepped down. They played the number 2 team in the state this week as they head up to McEachern.
Yeah, it's been a tough slate for East Coweta all year. They played Carrollton. They got a little taste of that South Georgia football, and Lowndes coming to their town. And like you mentioned, they got to go out to McEachern. McEachern, one of those schools here in Georgia that constantly puts big-time Power 5 talent into college football.
There's no doubt about that. And then finally, last but not least, over in Douglas County, Alexander hosting Northgate. Of course, we had Northgate a couple weeks in a row, a couple weeks ago. They've struggled on offense. Got to find that offense. Alexander, maybe a step down from what they've been the last couple of years, but they got to be a favorite in this one the way that Viking offense has been struggling.
Yeah, we got to look at Alexander earlier in the year against a really tough Noonan squad. They held their own all the way into, in fact, extra little free ball down there into overtime. A tough loss for Alexander in that Noonan game, but certainly a solid program they've got out there in the west side of Douglas County. So Northgate will have their hands full again tonight out there in Northgate.
Right, and it's another one of those deals where Alexander, a little bit like Starr's Mill. Mm-hmm. They're going to out-scheme you, out-play you, out-execute you, not necessarily out-athlete you. And got a similar team here tonight with Starr's Mill. Other games going on in this region, Jonesboro heads down to take on Whitewater. And then you've got Fayette County opening up region play as they take on Riverdale. We'll find out what the Tigers have headed into that one. It could be a difficult and long night for Fayette County.
Yeah, and James, you mentioned about how Starr's Mill is going to have to try to beat you schematically. And one thing they're going to do tonight, traditionally a 4-3 defense, when they play spread option teams, Coach Griffin told me before the game, they have an already built-in 3-5 package to counteract when the offense on the other end is trying to spread you out in space. So something they already have in their back pocket for a lot of teams in their region that like to do this spread option stuff.
Yeah, we'll take another quick break. We'll come back In time for kickoff here at Starr's Mill High School, Panther Stadium in just a moment.
Magic Wand Deck Restoration Plus, serving Midwest Georgia, offers deck restoration services plus much more. A 5-star rated company, certified in wood restoration, can restore your deck to its original beauty. Save your wood and save your money. Free consultations and affordable maintenance plans available. Call Shane today at 770-616-1787 or visit them online at magicwanddecrestoration.net.
Are you looking for fresh seafood or maybe the world's best chili dog? Then you got to check out the Half Shell right here in Noonan, Georgia. Fresh Gulf oysters, raw baked or fried, and these guys take hot dogs to another level. With great hand-breaded onion rings and fried seafood and much, much more. With local live music on Tuesdays and Thursday nights, drink and appetizer specials, free Texas Hold'em on Wednesdays and Saturday nights, there's always something going on at the Half Shell. Check them out at theworldsbestchilidog.com or on Facebook, the Half Shell Oyster Bar and Hot Dog Shop.
Since 1981, Southside Wrecker Service has provided Coweta County and the South Metro area with reliable towing, recovery, and roadside assistance services. Next time you need a tow, call their friendly and professional staff of well-trained operators featuring a fleet of modern equipment for light and heavy-duty towing and equipment transport. Georgia DOT certified, available 24/7. Call them at 770-964-8220 or visit them online at southsidewreckers.com. Southside Wrecker Service. We get you there.
We all know nothing goes with sports like hot wings, and nobody does hot wings in Fayette and Coweta County like HJ Wings and Things in Tyrone, Peachtree City, and now brand spanking new location down in Sonoa. Come by and see them for all those hot wings you love, the flavors you want, and all those things that are also wonderful. You name it, they've got it across the board, and they have great facilities and a staff who will take care of you second to none.
It would break your heart to see what we pull out of here every day.
You guys need some help?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I tell you what.
What's up, man?
How's it going?
Check it out, man.
Yeah.
What's the dream?
My dream is for people to think twice before they throw something out.
I appreciate you having me out.
You can swing a mean net, man.
For details, contact Wayne Crook at the Wayne Crook Agency. Call 678-202-3375 or stop by 3150 Gulf Ridge Boulevard, Suite 201 today.
As a lifelong Newton Cougar family, the Motlas are proud supporters of high school athletics. Thanks to the Motla family for helping make it possible to view tonight's action. Please don't hesitate to call Van, Jessica, and the Motla Hines team for all your real estate needs. Call them today at 770-376-7778. That's 770-376-7778. From the Motla family to yours, go Cougars.
Starr's Mill is
Looks like Starr's Mill set to kick off here. Griffin going to open up the game receiving the football. So we're going to look at that newly developed 3-5 defense from the Starr's Mill football team.
And you gotta love the facilities down here at Starr's Mill. Actually, they won the award for the best baseball field, high school baseball field in the Southeast.
That's a pretty one over there, man. They keep that thing nice and green. No bad hops on that infield either, James.
No, sir. Not having to dodge the pebbles over there. No pebbles on this field either, as they put the turf in a couple years ago. You look at it, it's fantastic. And you're seeing more and more of this at the high school level. Really almost no one, nobody in the metro area, for the most part, is playing on real grass anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you got the initial investment of the turf, right? But there's no upkeep to it. Every once in a while you got to repellet it and redo the turf or the rubber itself. But, no water in this grass out here because it is turf.
Well, and the best part is it holds up to the other sports as well. That's really when lacrosse became so popular. There's a kickoff, and it's going to be deep and not returnable.
That's the thing about these soccer schools, James. They're always going to have a leg. We saw that with McIntosh last week. And big number 7 right there from Starr's Mill. That's Connor Mark, the junior kicker. He's got a leg himself, almost put it through the uprights right there.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see. You don't want to give them an opportunity for a return. All the athletes that this Griffin squad has, this one less play you've got to defend when you can kick it into the end zone every week.
Absolutely. And we're going to get our first look at Darshavius Foster, the senior quarterback from Griffin. We mentioned earlier, James, this is an offense that's going to want to do most of their damage through the air. Though I talked to some Starr's Mill coaches, they think they're going to get a lot of run tonight.
He's going to drop back here, look to go deep. He's got a man open down the sideline. This one may go. He's got a good angle, though, coming across and going to bump him out of bounds. Deep shot there down to the 25-yard line of Starr's Mill. They're going to mark it out at 30.
That's Terrell Jester, number 6, the wide receiver from Griffin. Most certainly their smoothest route runner in pregame, James. We're going to probably be calling his name a lot tonight. Just ran a simple little speed out right there. You're going to see a lot of quarters coverage from Starr's Mill too, so they're not going to try to let people get deep. So we'll see if Griffin can get plays like this, but it looks like he's going to be called back for some procedure on the offense here from Griffin.
Wow, that's a tough one. Jester, that might be one of the best wide receiver names I've heard in a while. We always talk about the great linebacker names, but that's a great wide receiver name.
Yeah, how about Darshavius, right? Yeah. Don't sleep on the first name there either, James.
Yeah, that's it. It's the whole package, and he is the whole package back there at quarterback. A name we're going to be very familiar with by the end of the evening.
Yeah, so we're going to get a 1st and 15 here from Griffin, which would lead you to believe that it was a pre-snap penalty from Griffin, just a 5-yard mock-off, but it looks like we're going to have a discussion between the white hat and the back judge here.
They've got a pretty good crowd filing in here tonight. Not a bad trip up from Griffin up here to the south end of Fayette County, right there at the tip of Peachtree City. School technically not located in Peachtree City, located in Fayette County, but 90% of students reside in Peachtree City. Just one of those, just right there on the outside edge.
Yeah, they love their golf carts over here, James.
Yes, that they do.
Talked about it last week, man. I was out on a jog prior to the game, almost got hit by one of those things. Got to watch out.
They'll take you down.
Yeah, they will.
And here comes Blitz, going to hand it tailback. He's got a little room up the middle. Makes one man miss, got the got the penalty yardage a little bit more back.
That's number 10, DeNorris Fuller, in there at running back for Griffin. Now, I was led to believe Elijah King, number 3, is typically their primary running back, but tonight they're going to go with Fuller back there and leave Elijah in the slot.
And there it goes again, and going to get about 4 more yards on the play.
And as we speak about Elijah King out there in the slot, he puts an outside linebacker on his butt. A good open field block there. Griffin trying to set the tone early here. They've had a couple of successful plays, but here they are staring down on a 3rd and 5.
And this is the kind of plays that the Starr's Mill defense is going to have to make tonight. Get them in these 3rd and 5 or more. You need to get this stop here. Man in motion, going to hand it to tailback right up the middle. He's got plenty of room, got the throw all the way out past the 40-yard line.
That was big Elijah King. You see they bring him in there from the slot, put him at the tailback position, give him the ball straight up the gut, and he picks up about 12 yards right there. Going to move the sticks for the Griffin offense, and he's going to stay in the backfield, it looks like, this next snap.
Let's go give him a 1st and 10 right behind their own 40-yard line. Split a man out, going to run the big man right up the middle again. He's going to run over a man and be dragged down after about a 7-yard gain.
See, now Max Preps would lead you to believe that Mr. King is about 5'11", 207. But if you take a look at him on the field, he's pushing about 225, 230. You see him right there. He's a big, good-looking tailback. And right now he's getting into the slot. It's not something you see a back his size doing a lot, but he's got good natural hands, and he's a decent route runner for his size.
Going to keep it himself, makes a man miss in the backfield. Got plenty of room up the middle. Going to slide down at the 41-yard line of Starr's Mill.
Yeah, but how about Darshavius Foster showing a little bit of moxie, a little bit of, maturity there at the quarterback position? You know you've picked up your yardage. Get down. Let's protect our body because you're the most important player out there right now. If you go down, we've got to get a backup quarterback in there. That's not good news.
Exactly. Foster will probably work from a shotgun all night long. Got a man over on the side, going to hit him. And he makes a man miss, makes a second one miss, and Jester going to dance out of bounds after the first down at the 30-yard line.
You missed an opportunity to say Jester made him look like a fool.
Yeah,
How about that? How about that?
yes, sir. Well, I got to leave some lines for you.
Well, yeah, you're right. It's early. I just burnt that one, so.
Yeah. Well, we can play it later again. Maybe we'll catch some people who didn't catch the beginning of the game.
Yeah, you never know. Not everybody catches the first quarter.
There you go. Going to hand it off, run back up the middle, more room. Got to pull away from a man. Dragged down just outside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Denoris Fuller, the sophomore tailback, making a few guys, dragging a few defenders there from Starr's Mill for the first down. We got our first red zone possession here for Griffin High School on their open possession. The Bears looking solid here, James.
Yeah, they're down. The clock. Haven't taken a lot off the clock. Down 9.5 minutes. Going to hit a man cutting across the middle. He makes a man miss. Spins and dragged down about the 3-yard line.
That's Jester again there at the top of the screen. Just a nice little slant. And Darcavius hits him in stride. We get a ball inside the 5 now. Griffin looking to punch it in.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they bring King back into the backfield here. They're going to bring them both in there.
Yeah, I would suspect a carry here for Elijah King, and there we go.
Yes, sir, right up the middle, and he's going to bulldoze his way down to the goal line.
A solid effort there from the Starr's Mill defense, holding strong. Looked like number 10 snuck in there and put a hat on the ball. That's Colin Partek, the sophomore safety for Starr's Mill.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and inches.
And now you'll see King there at the sniffer position. He's going to try to lead block here for Fuller. Nope, play action.
They're going to dump it out over the top.
That's an easy
touchdown.
Yeah, that was an easy touchdown to Prince Green, number 4. Just a nice little play action. Everyone in the stadium thought they were going to run the ball right there. Darcavius pulls it out and hits his man for a touchdown. Darcavius, sorry.
And 8:40 to go. They draw first blood, looking to go up 7-0 here.
How about that? Prince Green catches his touchdown pass, and now he gets to hold for the kicker. And it's good.
That's
no good. Excuse me.
6-0 Griffin. Now we saw it last week. Very important that the Panthers answer here. You know, McIntosh stayed right with Riverdale as long as they were matching score before score. The problem is a team like Griffin, you cannot let them get a couple scores ahead of you. Then they can really play fast and loose, and you really want to try and keep this thing a little bit tighter. Of course, Starr's Mill, they had their way. They're going to give this ball back to them with about 30 seconds to go on the clock here in the first quarter, because they love those 7-8 minute drives.
Yeah, when you've got an explosive offense on the other sideline, such as Griffin has, if you're Starr's Mill, your biggest enemy all game will be 3 and outs. You simply cannot do that to your defense. You can't throw them back there onto the field. You got to sustain a drive, got to work a few first downs every possession if you're going to be successful as a run-heavy offense like we're going to see here tonight from Starr's Mill.
Kearns and Higgle back for the Panthers. Roberson's kick is off and going to be returnable from the 5 up to the 15. 20 makes a man miss. 25 spins out of one tackle, and they're going to drag him down to about the 32-yard line.
Looks like number 11, Nate Kearns, in there on the return. Number 13, Jonathan Heigl, the junior, in there on the return. Looks solid, ran in there hard with full commitment. We talked about that last week. If you're going to return kicks in high school football, you better be running hard.
Well, and especially when you're dealing with a team like Griffin, this much speed at basically every position. There's no time for sidestepping. You just got to take it and go downhill with it.
Absolutely not. And James, we're going to get our first look at the senior quarterback, Hunter Lawson, here for Starr's Mill. A good football player.
The hand of the tailback, going to try and bounce it outside, and they're going to drag him down for, it's like a loss of about, might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Donovan Westmoreland, the linebacker from Griffin, actually the DB from Griffin, in there on the tackle. Kalen Sims not quite able to catch the edge there. A gain of, we'll call it a half a yard, looking about 2nd and 9 here is Starr's Mill. You're going to see a lot of midline option tonight, James. They're going to attack the middle of this Griffin defense. That's what Starr's Mill is trying to do.
And they're going to pitch it outside. Great job there. He's got the corner up to the 40, going to spin. He'll have a first down, a little bit more out to the 45-yard line.
That's an effective way of getting Kalen Sims out there on the edge. Lawson, a good, well-timed pitch. He pushed the read man and delivered a nice catchable ball out there while Sims is in pitch phase running perfectly in stride with his quarterback. That's good option execution right there, James.
And that's one thing you're going to see out of Lawson. If you're going to be good at this, you got to be willing to take the hit. He absolutely is.
Yeah, you got to be tough to play quarterback in this system.
No doubt about it. Everybody in tight. Lawson, we got whistles. I think we're going to have a little pre-snap motion on Starr's Mill.
We got a little false start here from Starr's Mill. Get a little anxious up there up front. And one guy we're going to be watching all night from Griffin's, the big defensive end, DeMarjay Lewis. That's number 34 in there. And he's got offers about anywhere, James. Can go pretty much anywhere he wants across the board, Power 5 schools. He's a big man. He stands at about 6'4", listed at about 281, but I'd venture a guess on the north side of that number, James.
Gotcha. And Lawson's got to play, and we'll see what Panthers have for us here. 1st and 15, not exactly their cup of tea. Getting behind the sticks early. Going to try and run that sweep. He's got corner pulled away from a man. He got the penalty yardage and maybe just a little bit more back.
Yeah, one good thing about the option, James, is when you're facing defensive ends like DeMarjay Lewis and big number 9 in there, that's Davian Westmoreland. The good news is, a lot of the times in the option, you don't even have to block those guys. They're accounted for with the reads. So something they'll test all night tonight, try to keep those big defensive ends, those big bookends nice and disciplined and make them, take a lot of reads. They're going to see a lot of stuff tonight from Starr's Mill.
And they're going to run it up the middle this time and trucking through for about 8 yards. That's going to set up a third and very manageable, about 2.
That's number 6 in there, Ben Bodney. The B-back in this offense. Again, a lot of misdirection, right? They just hit him with a couple sweeps outside, and then bam, right there on 2nd and 9. We're going to punch you in the mouth with a little fullback trap. Something that not a lot of teams run a lot of days these days, James. A quick hitting trap play where, they're going to hit you early and hit you often.
That's it. 25 years ago, half the state was running this, if not more. Not the case anymore. Going to run it wide, going to cut it back up inside. He'll have a first down by about 6 inches, it looks like, and may give him an extra yard out of it.
A good hard run by number 35 right there. That's Carson Kalen, the senior B-back from Starr's Mill. And one thing you'll notice on that last play, James, they offset the B-back almost in between the guard and the tackle, trying to help that lead blocker get out on the edge. They secure the edge and pick up the first down. A big conversion for this Starr's Mill offense. It's like we talked about earlier, James. You got to keep your defense off the field. You got to chew that clock, especially against a team like Griffin.
And that they're doing down to 5:37. And you'll see them use the majority of the clock here every time. And they're going to run that little belly play right up the middle.
Ooh. Saw me a flat back in there from big number 79 from Starr's Mill. James, I got to show me some offensive line love, and it came early. Dalton Kopp out there, big number 79, getting him a flat back on the edge. That's what you called it right, James. That's that little belly play. I like to see that Starr's Mill is featuring their B-back early. Not quite the case what we saw last week from McIntosh.
And like you said, it's one way you have to keep those talented, speedy defenders in their position. Nice hole up the middle down to the 30, cuts it back to the 20, 15. They're going to bump him out of bounds about the 10-yard line.
That's Kalen Sims, the senior running back from Starr's Mill. A little misdirection here, James, from the Starr's Mill offense. This is a little play. It's a known play in the option world. Here's the replay. It's called Sally. Whole offense looks like it's going left with the motion. Sims comes back right. And the open field vision right here is great stuff. Protects the ball. Gets pushed out of bounds down around the 9-yard line.
And they're going to run it up the middle again. Not much going there. Looks like they may actually... he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe about, I'm going to say, 3.5 inches.
Jaden Eccles, number 41, the senior linebacker from Griffin. Going to call his name a lot tonight again, James. When you feature that B-back, like we've seen Starr's Mill do, if you're going to stop him, it's going to be with your inside linebacker play. Eccles is certainly a good one.
So we'll see the Panthers here on the 2nd and 9, or 2nd goal from the 9. Spread them out a little bit more here. Also going to keep it himself. Cuts it right up the middle for the touchdown.
What an answer by the Starrs Mill offense. Hunter Lawson, the senior running back, with a nice, patient read right here, James. He made the pitch man second guess himself. And as soon as that happens, Lawson cuts it up for the touchdown and for the score. We'll see. Here's the replay right here. You'll see him press the edge. He's got the pitch man right there. Second guess. Lawson slips right in there, makes one defender miss for a touchdown. Starrs Mill ties this game up, and with a potential chance for the lead right here with their PAT.
Snap kick is up. And
Looks like they might have got away with a false start, but the kick's good.
kick is good. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more on Southland Sports TV here in just a moment.
Magic Wand Deck Restoration Plus, serving Midwest Georgia, offers deck restoration services plus much more. A 5-star rated company, certified in wood restoration, can restore your deck to its original beauty. Save your wood and save your money. Free consultations and affordable maintenance plans available. Call Shane today at 770-616-1787 or visit them online at magicwanddeckrestoration.net.
And welcome back to beautiful Starrs Mill High School. You look at that wonderful sunset over our shoulder there. And had a beautiful drive almost to equal that sunset a minute ago there by Starrs Mill.
Are you telling me that offensive drive was as beautiful as one of God's fine creations, my man?
Well, it's as close as a
Close
football
second.
team can come. Let's
Close
put it that way. There's a lower wide drive. Yeah, that was going to be returnable. And Starrs Mill, he's going to take it across field. He's got some running room. He might get that corner. Going to be down at the 44-yard line, it appears.
That's what we talked about off that first kickoff. You want to see Starrs Mill put the ball into the end zone because of that reason right there. Jordan Favors is an offensive weapon to fret if you're that Starrs Mill special teams coach.
So,
But we do have a flag on the play, and that one's red. Is someone challenging the call over there? What's going on?
aha, it is for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Oh,
so
there
a
you
dark
go.
pink.
Oh,
So, see what the call is here.
face
got
mask.
a face mask on the
Offensive
return
face
team.
mask. That's interesting. You got to wonder if it was on the ball carrier or potentially a blocker that was getting beat to the outside, maybe reaching for something to grab and ended up with his hand in some face mask.
So that's
It's going to push him back. It's going to kill that nice return from Favors.
It's going to back them back up to their own 19-yard line with a scrimmage 1st and 10.
But certainly the answer you're hoping for if you're Coach Phillips over here from Starrs Mill, you drive the length of the field, all by way of the ground, I might add, which is what we're going to see obviously from Starrs Mill tonight. But a solid drive all the way down the field for a score.
Yeah, definitely two contrasting offenses here. Foster staying in the shotgun. Going to hand it to tailback right up the middle. He's got a big hole. They're going to bump him down about the 30-yard line. Going to finally come down at, they're going to mark him at 32.
Yeah, see, Starrs Mill's defense coordinator's in a tough predicament during this game right here, James. You've got all these weapons on the outside, yet you've got these big backs in Elijah King and Denoris Fuller running right down your throat. So at one point you want to stack the box. On the other hand, you've got to account for all the weapons on the edge. That's a big tackle right there.
Yes, it is.
That's number 2 coming down there from Starrs Mill, Wes Haney. Filling a hole right there. You like to see that from the linebacker from Starrs Mill.
Going to set up a 2nd and 10, and that's that a little bit of a game changer. Now Griffin, a little more set up for those behind the sticks, but behind the sticks is behind the sticks.
No doubt.
It eliminates a little bit of your offense. A little less to defend. They're going to drop back, looking to go long. Going to dump it over the middle. Nice pass. He's going to be bumped out of bounds at the 48-yard line, it appears.
That's Kamari Williams, the junior wide receiver from Griffin. Just running a simple drag route. Here you see it. He gets underneath the 2 linebackers, and the quarterback finds him. And look at the run after the catch. Look at him trying to finish hard out there on the edge, not just looking to run out of bounds and protect himself. I like to see that from the young man.
No Franco Harris in that one.
You're going to have to update the references, man. I'm sorry.
I understand. Well,
Fumble.
Oh, fumble, loose ball. Starr's Mill says they got it. And that would be huge here. You know, that's one of the things Coach Belknap talked about last week with McIntosh. They needed to steal a possession. Starr's Mill kind of the same situation here. If they can steal a possession, it can be a game changer.
Looks like we've still got some confusion with the referees as to who recovered the fumble. Or for that matter, whether or not it was a fumble.
And stacking them, no sign that they're.
Oh, Starr's Mill ball.
Big recovery there for the Panthers.
And this is an opportunity that all option football teams want to have, James. You want to have the opportunity to play with the lead the remainder of the football game. If you can keep this, here's a look at the replay. Yep, and that ball clearly out. I couldn't quite tell who stripped it, but it was definitely the first defender that got his hands on big number 3 Elijah King from Griffin.
So Lawson back up under center.
And here's an immediate adjustment from Griffin's defensive coordinator. You see DeMarjay Lewis, big number 34, started the game out at defensive end, now moved inside to counteract that B-back action that we saw in that first drive. We'll see if it pays off for Griffin.
And they're going to try and run it outside, cuts it back up inside. He's going to get about 7 yards as a flag down.
And I think that's going to be on DeMarjay Lewis right there for maybe a little bit of unnecessary roughness. Got in there a little bit late.
And that's one thing you can't afford to give this Starr's Mill team is that free yardage here.
Absolutely not. And this offensive line from Starr's Mill is creating some movement up front. There you have it. It was a personal foul against Griffin.
That's going to bring them way down inside the 30-yard line now.
But again, back to the Starr's Mill offensive line. Getting movement at the point of attack is a major key thing. The option doesn't work, James, if the defensive line gets penetration. You can't pull guards. You can't get B-backs out if there's penetration.
So the scrimmage from the 38.
Good pitch.
Nice pitch. Well defended by Griffin, though. Staying home, playing their positions. And
Number 21, Jeffrey Johnson, coming down from his safety position. This is what's going to happen right here. You're going to have to make these open field tackles on the pitch, man, if you're a safety, as number 21 right there did from Griffin. Johnson, a sure tackler coming down from his strong safety position, but you're going to have to do it all night. You got to defend the dive. You got to defend the quarterback. You got to defend the pitch. That's why they call it a triple option.
there you go. 2nd and 8. And the problem is you got to do it right 3 times in a row, because any play with this, if you don't play your position, try to go with a quick hitter and just never look back for the ball.
You know what? But Jeffrey Johnson had his eyes right on that football play. What they're trying to do right here, if we can get a look at the replay, is slip Sims in there behind the outside linebacker from Griffin. But if someone runs with him, as Arnold did right there, here's the replay. You see he's stride for stride in step with Sims. That ball is not going to be completed. That's good defense. That's sound execution from Griffin right there.